what I wanted to talk about and the beauty of this thing is the amount of light that it sends out and how it spreads out. It is off the chart, crazy, stupid, remarkable. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little quick class shot of all of you with one light. Okay, so everybody get up here. I need that stool, and can I have that white stool right there? Yeah, can you bring that over here just for a second? I don't want to walk too far. I can't walk too far off set. It might, that's great, thank you. No, I think we'll be okay. Let's do this. Let's get 2 of you there.
On the same chair?
One there, and 3 of you, we'll have 3 standing. So get wherever you want, just get comfortable. And then the rest of the family fill in. So we're doing this big family portrait, right? So where everybody smiles, everyone smiles. All right, so I'm gonna bring this guy around here. Before I get him too high and I have to pull him down, I'm gonna tip him down just a little bit further, like about that. And power-wise, I'm gonna take this guy up 1 stop, just so I'm safe. So I got a good 11 or something out of it. And up we go. Kind of like that. And let me get back and take a peek at it. Oh, I'm feeling very Olympic about this. We are basking. So here's, again, all of these tools have reasons to exist. And some of these tools have really a lot of reasons to exist, like a softbox. I can make magic with a softbox. Do you remember the old guillotine paper trimmers? I could almost write my name with one of those things. I used one so much. I could curve that paper around as I'm coming down and do magic with it. And then you couldn't find them anymore. You had to buy the roller things. And they were just awful. Every tool, you can do cool things with tools. You just have to think about it and try them in different unique positions and try new things with them. So let me get a reading here. Bam, right there I got myself 8 2/3, F80.7. So if you go to the Richter scale, Bob, what that means is F10 on the digital camera. It's F10. That's 8 2/3. F8 1/3 would be F9, in case you're keeping score. So there we go, right there. We got you right there. Oh, we're a little bit hot on this side, so I'm gonna spin this off just a little bit to try to even it out a little bit. We're good there, but we're a little hot on this side.
So as you're metering for each person, you're just looking to see that it's consistent, that you're getting the same reading for everyone?
I just want it to be even. I just want it to be even. And I'm a little hotter with Bob there because, and if you think about it, Bob is picking up. If I stand in Bob's spot, what we're seeing is just left of center, it's on access to Bob, more so than anybody else. So it's gonna hit Bob quicker. You see it, Bob? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm just gonna spin that so you aren't getting hit on this side heavier. So I will do that by going like that. Bam, kind of like that. What's my exposure? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's try this one more time. Let's be sure. Yep, it's F10, F10, F10. Hold it, wait for it. F10. Yeah. Okay, so we're even. We're even all the way across. Score. What? Winning. That's what I did last time. So what this means, everybody at home watching, since they're not listening to me any longer, what this means is simply this. It means that all of them, when we zoom into these faces, everybody's face is going to be absolutely perfectly exposed because I'm doing what the meter told me, and I just double-checked it to make sure that we're consistent all the way across the board. We're dead on. Can't miss. How can I do this without a meter? I don't understand. I just don't get it. And I'm not a genius. In fact, I'm not even very smart. Okay, so here we go. F10 is right there. I need to back up and zoom out, so let me just back up a little bit and try to get everybody in there. And I need to back up another step. Sorry. Can I get you guys to all just squeeze in a little bit closer together get in close, and then just kind of lean forward and get in close. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is the best looking family I've done all day. I'm not kidding. I'm not even kidding. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Hang on one second. I'm sharpening up right there. Everybody's looking great, great, great. Nobody moves. Smiles, everyone, smiles. Oh, that was gorgeous. Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo. Spin around and take a look at this. So now, Mike, if we could, can you zoom in on face by face and just kind of scroll around a little bit and drive around? How's that look on Bob? Well, I might have it a little high. I need to drop it down. I'll drop down the height to get his eyes a little bit more light. Got good catch lights on. Well, let's just face it, Bob's got deep set beady little eyes, so you know, we kind of lost Bob. But we made up for it with Britt. Okay, so scroll around, and look at that. Look at those. Whoop, there's no reflection there. We're good. Okay, here we go. Look at Miss Lee. We're doing okay, you guys. How's our exposures? Now just zoom back out there. Here you go. Look at this. Only thing I would do is I would probably lower this down just a little bit. I think I'm a little bit high. Exposure-wise, compositionally, and all that kind of stuff, yeah, we can fine-tune all those things. But we're kind of dead on there, you know. I just don't have, I know that I'm old school, and my old school buddies that are watching will say, yeah, right on, Tony, and my new school buddies will say, shut up, Tony. But what I'm not going to do is guess this picture. And I'm not going to shoot one that's not good and then say, let me adjust it after I shoot it and look at it, and I can fix that. Let me shoot it again, I can fix it. Let me shoot it again. I just can't keep doing that over and over and over. It just wears you out. You know, and let's don't even, you know, not to mention the wear and tear on your camera. People that don't use a meter are taking 3 and 4 times the amount of exposures on their cameras. Their cameras are going to wear out quicker than those that aren't. So, does that make sense?
Love it. Quick question from Louise R., who just wonders if it is a typical practice to meter each person like that when you're doing a group shot.
Yeah, it is a typical practice for me because it's the only thing that makes sense. But I know that a lot of people don't do that. I think it is a good practice to maybe come on one side of the set, get a reading, and maybe come on the other side of the set and get a reading and make sure that you're even. And again, to get even, if you'll notice from the overhead shot here, I'm skimming this light. It looks like I'm aiming it right past her even, more to the other set almost, in order to get it even all the way across. It's the only way I can do it. Okay?
And one from Photomaker SF, who wonders, how did Tony avoid glare on the glasses? Is the height and angle of the light enough? Would Tony typically put a reflector off to the subject's left, his right, near them, to kind of fill in? There's a little bit of shadow on the right-hand side.
I probably would use a reflector, or in this case, those big black V flats. It's just 4 by 8 sheets of foam core. I would probably make 2 of them and tape them and make a V that's white and just stand it up. That would be enough to open up that shadow just a little bit for me. Avoiding the glare situation, if you think about it, back to what we talked about earlier, one of the true rules that I know all those light rules, and most of them don't apply anymore, but I know that the one that does for sure is that the angle of incidence indeed equals the angle of reflectance. And so what that means is I know that I've got to place her in such a way, like if you turn your head toward me this way, right there, she's on access to the umbrella. Can you see that? If you want to put a camera over my shoulder and just look at her glasses right there. I know that when I pose her, I've got to make sure that I pose her in such a way that just bring your head slowly, 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 more, a little bit more, and chin down a tiny bit, right? I got to do this. I got to get that done so I can get rid of that. It's all about that angle. And if I've got to avoid that angle somehow, you know?
Love it.
And from ACM 83, where's your focus point here?
Oh, good question. So I'm way up there. I'm at f10, and I'm back now, zoomed back to about 70 millimeter on my focal length. So f10, I can pretty much hold focus all the way through. So I focused just past Lee, well, right in here on Lee's shoulder.
Great.
Actually, that's probably not true. On this last shot, I probably focused on Lee's face. Yeah.
Great.
But somewhere in this plane, to let the focus and the depth carry back to those guys. Are they sharp back there? Can you zoom in on Britt's beard and see if he's sharp? And if he is, then we know we got enough Yeah, that's pretty stinking sharp.
Yeah.
So at 10, at a 70 millimeter, at this distance to the subject, and at f10, I've got plenty of sharpness. Let me do one more, and I just want to try to get some light in Bob's eyes here. Okay, here we go, here we go. Everybody up, smiles everyone, smiles everyone. Chin down a tiny bit and bring your head to me right there. Oh, everybody's looking good. You guys are great right there. Really good, really good. Nobody moves, nobody moves. Here we go, woo-hoo. Got it. Okay, I like this one better. I like this one better, and Bob's gonna look better. And let's face it, Bob, you know, anything we can do to help Bob, you know.
That's better picture. You
Is that
look
better?
great, Melanie. That's a great picture of you. Lee always looks great.
Okay, you guys have a seat.
Thank you.
Hit the chairs. I think that, you know, again, we're talking about the title of this workshop was The Power of Control. And, you know, for me, I guess it's one of the things that I'm kind of known for is being in control. I don't think it makes me a great photographer. I think it makes me a great utility photographer. I've always considered myself a blue-collar worker. I've always considered myself a blue-collar photographer. And yeah, I've been very, very fortunate to photograph some recognizable faces in my career. But the fact is, I get called to do jobs that nobody wants to do, that people, they're lighting challenges, you know. I was shooting a motorcycle shoot, and I was trying to figure out how can I get this. I need, with specular light on chrome, anywhere that light does not touch chrome, chrome will go black. Okay? And I'm looking at this motorcycle thinking, how am I going to light this? I don't have a light source big enough to do this. How can I do this? And I'm sitting here trying to figure this out, and I've got the there's my big white sweep, my big Cove sweep. There's my motorcycle, and I'm just standing out here shooting into it, thinking, how can I do this? And then all of a sudden, like a ton of bricks, it was like, I'm such an idiot. My light source is that white Cove. So I moved the motorcycle out to about here. I moved me into here against the Cove, and I fired 2 strobes, bam, and I blasted this white wall behind me, which lit the entire white wall, which brought that light forward and coated all the chrome with this perfect highlight. And then I hung a big background behind the motorcycle out here. So I used the white wall instead of my background. I used it as my light source. And so from that, I learned highlight control. Highlight control served me real well. Fast forward when I was asked to photograph a bunch of pianos. How do you photograph black, shiny pianos and have detail in the highlights? Well, you better have a really big light source. Well, I have white seamless paper. I can turn it sideways and stretch it across horizontally over 4 big old C-stands and use 5 rolls of gaffer's tape. And it worked brilliantly, you know? So again, I've said this for years, and Dean Collins used to say it. It's not the tools, it's the knowledge behind the tools. Tools are great. We all need the tools, but you better know how to use the tools and some of the times when you most need to pull them out of your back pocket. Because it's rare that we aren't troubleshooters on a set. All of us, we're troubleshooters, and usually furniture movers. You know, that's what we do. That's the definition of photography. One who moves furniture. You know. Sorry.
It took me a second. I don't know why it did, but it took me a second.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm a furniture mover. And if you shoot weddings, then you're also a psychologist, you know. And it's usually not the bride that needs the help. We know who the real momzilla. We know who the bridezilla is. It's the mom.